Hey, welcome to Lifestyle Evolutions. And today's subject is the power of communication. Man, communication is something that's very underrated, very underrated. And I say that because everything hinges on your communication and your body language. Everything hinges on what you say to another person. And the funny thing is, the way you communicate your style might confuse people. They might feel you're being too aggressive in your communication. There is things such as aggressive communication. But communication is such a big deal. And when you're talking, when you're expressing yourself, you tell a lot about yourself. People can dig into the words, the sentences that you say, and they really can see the hidden messages behind what you're saying. And you see that often in certain movies, and it's there for all of us. Like somebody might say, okay, I'm gonna give you a good example. Like this movie, The Irishman, with Rob De Niro and Al Pacino. And in the beginning, they kept saying, I heard you paint houses, right? And well, when Rob De Niro came on the scene, him and Al Pacino, he was like, I heard you paint houses, man. Now, Al Pacino thought that he really was painting houses. But Rob De Niro knew he was a hitman, and he meant when I paint houses, I blow people's heads off. But see, that's a miscommunication, because maybe if Al Pacino knew that Rob De Niro was a hitman, he wouldn't have had him so close to him like that. But the thing was, I heard you paint houses, and it was said all throughout the movie. But if you didn't really know what that meant, you had to really catch it. And that's what I liked about it, because they had great dialogue, and great dialogue is saying something without having to say it. And there's a whole bunch of movies that you can find that in, but you gotta be able to pick up on it. It's so subtle, and this is one thing I love about communication, because it's like you're talking two languages, and you know, men do this when they talking to women, and they saying one thing and maybe she's not catching it, and then they just keep saying certain things, and then she might catch it later on, like, this dude was really trying to game me, or he was trying to get me to do something that I might not have considered doing. But it's all in the way you express it, in the delivery. And the delivery is very important. The delivery, the body language, the face gestures, all that is important. So you're saying, well, you know all this, why are you even talking about this? Well, it's because it's just such a dynamic thing, and it really doesn't really get talked about that much. People say, well, communication is just people talking, and I'm trying to understand her, to get to know her. But no, people are setting people up through talking to them. Advertisers are setting us up, because they're saying, oh, well, this is the best. This is the new and improved. So you're thinking, oh, this is better than the last product. This is the new and improved product. Now, it's the same product, most likely, but they just put a new twist on it. And see, by you not being aware of certain languages, you're being tricked, you're being played, right? If you don't pick up on this, then I don't know what to tell you. But it's so subtle, it's so sneaky. Like a lot of these companies, these brands that we're loyal to, it's like they know how we tick. They know the right words to push our buttons. They know the right advertising to present to us. Yes, they do. They trick us, man. It's like the consumer is always ready to buy, but the right words have to be put in place for the consumer to buy. This is the power of communications. Because you ever ask yourself, why do these companies, how do they make millions and millions and billions of dollars? It's because they know how to utilize the power of communication along with a good product. Because you might have known many good products that didn't sell well. You probably never knew that the Oreo cookie it was like a copycat. It was a copycat of the Hydro cookie. And what Oreo did was made their cookie better. They actually copycatted the Hydro cookie, hydroxy, something like that, hydroxy or something. But they actually copycatted this cookie. Oreo did, and it came out better. But they advertised it. They dressed it up. They dressed it up and sold it, made it look beautiful. And the original cookie ended up going down eventually. So you have to be mindful of communication, and because sometimes there's more being said than you're not catching, and that's how companies trick us. They're saying one thing, but it's another thing. See, the whole game is to get you to spend. Once you spend, but they have to have it so relaxed. Like with Amazon, you spend, but you know you can send it right back. So you don't mind spending that money, and Amazon betting that, hey, well, maybe he might not send it back this time. Or maybe they'll keep it, or maybe they'll, because they figure if you keep it, it's like a product sold. But the barrier is down. Like when you order off eBay, there's a little bit of difference because eBay is not as thorough as Amazon. eBay, there might be a tug of war. And yeah, I just bought something from eBay, and I bought a book from eBay. Dude never sent the book out or nothing. I said, hey man, I need this book. He never sent the book out. And so I had to buy it from somebody else. But then it took me so much trouble, so much hassle to get my money back from eBay. And it was a little cheap book, it wasn't no expensive book. But it was like, well, you gotta open up a case. Then once you open up the case, then we'll decide. Then that takes 3 days. No. They said, well, we're going to contact the seller and see what's going on with him. And so that takes 3 days. And then if you don't say nothing, they won't say nothing. So you got to say, hey, man, what's going on with my refund? I said, oh, okay, let's check into it. They check into it. Then they say, okay, now it's going to be 3 to 5 more days before you get your money. We're going to step in. So, but the barrier is down with Amazon, so you feel more comfortable spending your money with Amazon, right? So I can tell you, I'm not doing the power of communication any justice because there's so much more. I'm just giving you a little crumb. There's so much more to communication. There's so many things, so many words, so many insights that a person can have. And sometimes your mother, you can tell when your mother's upset, she ain't even gotta say nothing. She just give you that look. Because there's body language going on too. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I'm gonna touch on this topic later, but this is a short video, short insight on the power of communication, and It's a brilliant technology. Communication is a brilliant technology. And I hope somebody can share that. Somebody can see that also. Because I do see it. But people just think these just words. Oh, they're just words. These are the words that's creating your world, whether you believe it or not. So, hey, there it is. Thank you.